I see somebody just came up on here. Greetings, greetings. You know, I'm going to let this live fill up real quick. Greetings to everyone that comes into this live. I'm going to just let people start to come into the live. Greetings, greetings. I see a few people on here already. Greetings. Greetings. As y'all come on the live, as we usually do, please share this live. Share this live with your timeline. This is going to be a quick short video as we come to the end of the year, as we come down to the end of another 365 days cycle around Anyanwu, or whatever you call it. But I'm speaking my ancestors' indigenous tongue, and what we, the word for what we call the light is Anyanwu. So that's what this video gonna be based off, because I just wanted to, hop on, wish everybody a happy new year. A happy new year to everybody as you go into this 2020. You know what I'm saying? A powerful symbolism, you feel me? Which is what I'm going to be touching on a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But just, I just wanted to, leave my last little comments far as, as 2019 close out. I just wanted to, hop on here real quick and, put some positive, you feel me, energy into the atmosphere for my people, black people, new African people in the United States of America. As I'm reflecting back, on this year and all, the struggle of my people here in this country and the struggle for African people all across the globe. You feel me? Just reflecting back. So, I just wanted to hop on here and throw some quick positive energy into the atmosphere for the 2020 symbolism and what we can look forward to, far as a people, as African people, globally, new African nation, within the United States of America, you feel me? And just put some positive energy and light in the atmosphere, man. Because a lot of, it's been like a rough, balanced kind of year, man. And I'm just speaking specifically as far as going on in my city. It's been rough in my city here in Virginia, with the violence, the political, landscape, the economical landscape, and I'm pretty sure all Africans and black people that live here in the United States of America understand what I'm saying when I'm talking about the political landscape, economic landscape, you feel me? Even Africans globally, with all the struggles, because our struggles are not separated like I'm always telling you. We're one big ecosystem of ancient people, African people, you feel me? And all our struggles are aligned, but the oppression is manifesting in different ways, you feel me? So, but we all know what I'm talking about when it comes to our struggles as black people, African people, new African people, you feel me? And, I just was reflecting on this past year, and, I seen the video before I hop into it. Let me share this with my personal page also. I'll be always forgetting, y'all. So, excuse me real quick. I'll be forgetting that I got 2 pages, and I be trying to let everybody get in on this live. So let me share this with my personal page and my friends on my personal list also, who may not be on my community page. So let me just share this real quick. Real quick. Hold on, wrong. All right, let me share this. Bingo. Okay. Yeah, let me share this real quick. Yeah, as I was saying, I just was reflecting on, the whole last, 2019. Happy New Year's. I see y'all coming up on here. Happy New Year's to all my Biafran people on Biafran soil, all my African people on African soil, because I know the time differences are different across the globe. So wherever you are, wherever African people are, black people, wherever you are across the globe, I know some of y'all are already celebrating this new cycle, this new year. You know what I'm saying? Happy New Year to you and your family. Bless your families. and just make this a you know, like we say, Yagazie, make this a prosperous year for you, your family, your community. You know what I'm saying? Whatever movement you're a part of, you know what I'm saying? If you're fighting for your people wherever you are across the globe, shout out to the indigenous peoples of Biafra, that movement. Shout out to the New African Independence Movement. Shout out to all political prisoners who are not at home to be able to enjoy bringing in this new year and new cycle with their families, man. We always got to think about our political prisoners and our prisoners behind the walls, man, who are not able to spend this new, you know, bringing in the new year with their families and things of that nature, man. And most important, man, let me just pour this out. Oh, yes, just let me do this real quick also. Why it grabs my attention is like, let me pour some libation out for all our people we lost in 2019, whose shoulders we now stand on going into 2020 and beyond. You feel me? All the freedom fighters that we lost in 2020. Political prisoners that we lost in 2020 behind the walls, family members, blood relatives, known and unknown, because a lot of people got family members that they have that may have transitioned to the ancestral realm that they don't know transitioning to the realm, or they never knew that's in their family. But we pour libation for all our family members, all our peoples, no matter where they at. You know what I'm saying? We lost in 2019. So in the name of Chukwu, and the ancestors, man, I pour this libation out for all our peoples we lost in 2019. May their spirits continue to walk with our people no matter where we at on this planet. Let their memories and their spirits, let me invoke their spirits to walk with us today and on this live. Let me get some Issei, for all our ancestors who are now ancestors, our family members, friends, community members, freedom fighters who are now ancestors that we lost this year. You feel me? So I just had to do that real quick also. As I was saying, this video is basically like reflecting on this past year and decade. So, you know, let's not leave that out. I just wanted to get on here and reflect real quick about the last 10 years and the last decade of our struggles, no matter where we are on this planet. You feel me? I seen a video the other day by the great artist M1 of Dead Prez, man. And this is why I'm really doing this live real quick, is because of the video I seen by artist by the name of M1 that's from the rap group, hip-hop group, one of the most powerfulest hip-hop groups that comes out of the struggle here in the United States of America, Dead Prez. If you don't know who Dead Prez is, go check out Dead Prez music. They make a lot of liberation music for African people, you know what I'm saying, globally. And I was watching M1's video, and he just was, and you know, he was shedding tears and things of that nature, and he was just reflecting on the struggle of our people, our youth, our generations that's coming behind us, that's struggling with this culture of, you know, this backwards culture, this abnormal culture of violence, self-hate, poverty, lack of opportunity, for our youth, man, and our people, and our nation, and our communities here in the United States of America and across the globe. All these struggles, all the deaths, that's being perpetuated by these crooked governments, these oppressive governments all across the world, and just the loss and the, you know, kind of like the standstill, you know what I'm saying, for our people this past, you know what I'm saying, decade. So it made me wanted to come on here and reflect a little bit and to try to push something positive going forward, since this will be my last live of 2019 going into 2020, is that we need to take a look at the symbolism of 2020 and what 2020 stands for. Let me just speak this into the atmosphere real quick. All hail Biafra, all hail New Africa. I see you, brothers and sisters, as you come on the live. Let me just put this in the atmosphere also, is that from the New African Creed, the creed of the New African nation is basically 15 principles and sayings that we honor here as New Africans inside the United States of America, part of the New African Independence Movement. And there's one particular one that goes along with this 2020 Anyanwu symbolism and what I want to put in the atmosphere going forward and what we should be on going forward in this new decade that's coming up. No matter where you live at, you know what I'm saying? But this is a big message to my people here in America and African people globally, African people globally, is this. The new African creed. I just want to say this real quick is that this goes along what I'm going to get into is that number 15 of the New African Creed states this, for the record, is that I will be patient and uplifting with the deaf, dumb, and blind, and I will seek by word and deed to heal the black family, to bring into the movement and into the community mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters left by the wayside. Let me repeat that again, of the New African Creed. And I'm going to put the New African Creed in this live video's comment box when this live is finished. Number 15 of the New African Creed states this. This most important principle that I want our people to understand going into 2020 is this. I will be patient and uplifting with the deaf, dumb, and blind. And I will seek by word and deed to heal the black family, to bring into the movement and into the community mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters left by the wayside. Woo, a powerful principle of the New African Creed, which makes me, you know what I'm saying, what made me want to do this video. You feel me? This live video going forward into 2020. Those things that were said in that 15 principle of the New African Creed is the most important thing going forward in 2020 for African people and black people, no matter where you are, is that we must go into 2020. And I'm going to get into the symbolism of 2020 in a second, is that the most important thing that we have to do as a people and as people who are advocates and agents of change, agents of revolution, is healing the black family, healing the black community, healing the global African family, man. Because you got to understand, when it comes to all this oppression, all this death, all this genocide that's being taken place in black communities, villages all across the world, it's traumatizing. You feel me? And I've seen more trauma than I have ever seen in my lifetime in this decade. And we know why we see so much, trauma and genocide in this decade is due to the fact of this technological devices, this technological age that we in, that now with the technological device that you got in your hand, which is the cell phone, the smartphones, the computers, the laptops, we are seeing our genocide being displayed on black people at an all-time high, because now we can see it. If we go into 2020 vision, we can see the trauma. We can see the sickness. We can see the violence. We can see the oppression being taken place on black people everywhere across the globe every day. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's through social media, the news, our own phones, us recording this genocide, this violence, this trauma that's being displayed on our peoples everywhere across the globe, it's traumatizing to our people mentally. And I'm seeing a sickness of our people at an all-time high. No matter where you're at, especially here in the United States of America, because I know a lot of Africans and African people who live outside of America don't see the trauma, the violence, and the self-hate, and the internal contradictions, and the internal hurt, the internal, you know what I'm saying, hurt of my people here in North America, just simply by the internal violence that's taking place here in North America in black communities across the United States of America. You feel me? It's at an all-time high. Black people killing black people. Even in Africa, it's at an all-time high. Black people killing black people. It's one of the most traumatizing things that's taking place in this last 10 years and decade. So it's traumatizing, man. You see what I'm saying? And the thing with black people don't seek out mental health. You feel me? We don't think we think we're okay by seeing our brothers and sisters continuously being murdered by terrorists, whether it's white terrorists or black terrorists. You see what I'm saying? Or just plain old what I call proximity violence that takes place in these communities, where we're taking our frustrations, our desperations, for freedom and change and economic elevation, that we tend to take these things out on the closest people to us, which is our family, friends, communities. You feel me? And that's why you see so much eternal black on black violence taking place through this decade, man. Whether it's coming from governmental influence, whether it's coming from the conditions, the social engineering, the social structure of our genocide on each other that's being perpetuated and facilitated by these states, these cities, these governments across the United States of America and across the world. You see what I'm saying? We feel like we don't need help, but I'm here to tell you today, you need help. Black people need help. Our kids need help. We need to heal ourselves going forward. 2020 vision. We need healing. And this is one of the most important things in the New African Creed, is that we must continue to work to help heal our people from this trauma. So I'm telling you today, seek out somebody, whether it's a spiritualist, a traditionalist, spiritualist, somebody you can talk to let your frustrations off so you can heal yourself. When you go into 2020, think about your mental health and your physical health first going into 2020, people. Because if you're not healed and you're not loving yourself and you're not taking care of yourself mentally, you see what I'm saying? Even trying to, how can I put it? Even trying to heal yourself socially and spiritually out of the conditioning of self-hate, because a lot of black people still suffer from self-hate, which is one of the biggest perpetuation of domestic proximity, internal violence on each other. This is why we kill each other. You feel me? Internally. I'm not even speaking from the external forces who perpetuate our genocide. I'm speaking on, it's time to take accountability for our own internal conflictions and inflictions on each other. So I'm telling you today, from reflecting on these last 10 years, out of this last decade, that we need healing as African people, black people, Biafran people, New African people. We need healing from the genocide mentally, because there's no way. And I'm here to tell you, because I suffer from it. A lot of us suffer from PTS, post-traumatic stress syndrome, from being in a war. We are in a war every day. In our own communities, we are at war every day in our community. We see warfare every day. Our kids, which is the most important reason why I made this video, the generations that's coming behind us, see the trauma, the violence, the genocide. So please talk to your kids. If you have kids and they're seeing this genocide being displayed on your people being murdered every day, talk to your kids, because their mental sanity is at risk. Their mental sanity is at risk. And this is the biggest play in the warfare strategy that comes from our historical enemies, is to leave your mind in a chaotic state, to leave your communities in a chaotic state. Black communities across the United States of America, New African communities are in a chaotic state. African communities on the African continent is in a chaotic state. It's constant chaos. But guess what the remedy is? The remedy is 2020 vision. We have to heal ourselves. We must start to heal ourselves. Because many of us did that in the last 10 years, but we have to do more. We have to do more, man. Because I still see the sickness. I see the self-hate sickness. I see the traumatization sickness. You see what I'm saying? I see the post-traumatic warfare, stress syndrome, sickness, running amok all on social media because we can see it now. We can see it. Get it? 2020 vision. You can see it. It's all about Anyanwu. 2020. Anyanwu is our light. It's our sustainer. It's in here. It's in the third eye. It represents Heru. It represents the falcon. It represents anything with the vision to see. Now, if we can see, right? If we come out the blindness, what did the New African Creed say? To lead to deaf, dumb, and blind, out of darkness. You feel me? We must lead our people out of darkness. This is the symbolism of 2020 people. 2020 represents the Igbo God, the Igbo deity of Anyanwu, the light, eye of the light. It's time to move forward. And the only way we can move forward is healing ourselves. Healing yourself and taking care of yourself and loving your people and caring about their mental sanity and healing that mental sanity and to keep your sanity protected comes from healing the eye of the light. Healing. So we all must look there. We can't heal our communities now. We can't heal our communities and we can't heal our nation if we're not ourselves healed first. If your family is not healed first from all this warfare, all this death, disease, genocide, and even mental genocide, which comes from the self-hate, mental disease, mental complex. Trauma is real in our communities. We see so much death as a people. We see so much death as a people that we tend to forget about our sanity. This is why you always hear me telling people who always ask me for advice. What is your most important advice, Haki? My most important advice I always tell anybody that I love or care about, community-wise, family-wise, globally-wise, is to always protect your sanity. Because we see so much trauma. We experience so much trauma and violence that we tend to forget that we are ourselves going through things mentally, physically, spiritually. You feel me? So I advise you, please, take care of yourselves going into 2020 because you cannot take care of your people or your community if you're not taken care of. Seek out help, man. Get your kids help. Get your kids help. Your kids are a part of this chaos and this genocide also. So when they're seeing their brothers and sisters killing each other or being killed by terrorists coming from the external enemy or whether it's coming from the internal enemy of our own inflicting chaos, you need to be prepared and you have to be that person to understand that your kids is seeing this. They're seeing this genocide displayed all on social media. Your kids are seeing death every day on social media because it's being recorded every day on social media. Every day. And then you have the deaf, then you have the deaf, dumb, and blind who are on social media misleading your kids, misleading the movement, misleading our peoples who also need help. We must be the examples. We must be the productive African, the productive new African, the productive freedom fighter, the productive worker, the productive servant of our people to understand that we must heal our people first. And we must heal the dumb, deaf, and blind. We must lead them by example. 2020 vision. Lead by example. Don't be a follower going into this new decade and this new cycle. Be a leader. Lead your family. Lead your communities. And the first thing that comes with that, the first work that comes with that is your medical health. Your health. The most important health is mentally. Because I'm seeing too many sick people in this society. I'm seeing too many sick people globally. I'm telling you, 2020 is the vision. 2020 is the year of Anyanwu. 2020 is the year of Heru. 2020 is the year of the science of the third eye, the all-seeing. God lives within you. Chukwu lives within you, or whatever you may call your supreme being or creator. Your ancestors is within you, is within that light, the eye, the third eye. 2020 represents the third eye, vision. You have to be able to, you have to have a clear vision moving forward. This is what it's telling you. You must have a clear vision moving forward. 2020. This is how we eliminate the chaos. This is how we eliminate the proximity violence. This is how we eliminate the external violence from our historical enemies, no matter where you at on this planet. Whether it's coming from your government, whether it's coming from agents of the government in the communities that's keeping this ongoing chaos in our communities, because chaos causes division. This is something you got to understand. Black people globally, and even and most important, my people here in America, the number one strategy and the number one thing that keeps us from moving forward as a nation of people in this country is chaos. The power structure and the white people like to see black people in chaos. They like to see black people confused. Confusion is a number one strategy and strategic tactic of warfare on a people that they're trying to dominate and conquer. Facts. Facts. Confusion, chaos, disruption. You feel me? Equals division. Let me say that again. Chaos, confusion, leads to division. Period. If you could keep a people in chaos, if you could keep a people neutralized through chaos and confusion, is one of the most tactical chess strategies coming from your oppressors. Is to leave you in a state of confusion and chaos. This is why people here, this is why new African black people in the United States of America ain't moving forward. We haven't made a gigantical push forward in our struggle here. It's because we're so entrapped in our own internal conflictions, proximity, colonialism. You feel me? To the point that we're sick as a people. We need healing. We're at constant conflict here. We're in constant economic depletion every year. We're at the bottom of the ladder every year when it comes to economic power, political, social power, that it leaves your communities and I'm going to use the word that my biafran used. It leaves your communities into a complete zoo. Black communities in America are zoos right now. Complete, total chaos. Complete, total confusion. In order to combat that, we have to step forward with vision. We must use our vision of Anyanwu. Because Anyanwu is within you. Anyanwu is your sustainer. Anyanwu is the one that keeps this planet sustained. Anyanwu gives us the vision every day to be better human beings, to be better examples for our people. Anyanwu can help you heal yourself from your self-hate. Call on Anyanwu. Anyanwu will heal you from your mental sickness, from your self-hate sickness, from your post-traumatic stress syndrome. This is why the sun, the light, and its rays are depicted all through ancient times in Igbo land, in Chikam, Kemet, Egypt land, as one of the most sacred symbols of African blood. New African blood is Anyanwu and Heru. Ra, the sun. The sun heals every day. This is why new African people need the sun. This is why we are children of the sun. Because the sun is our light. It's our eye. If we use this science and implement this science and push forward through our communities with the science of Anyanwu, we will revolutionize our communities. We will free our communities from violence, ignorance, stagnation, dumb, deaf, blind, and disease of mental health. We must call on Anyanwu. Issei, we must call on Anyanwu. We must understand the science of Anyanwu, because the science of Anyanwu is within us all. We don't have to look outside ourselves to look for what we are. We are the ancient people. We are of Anyanwu. We are of Allah, earth. The two most important things that we have to understand about our traditional spiritual medicine, which is Ominala. Ominala. Ominala is the medicine for our communities, our villages, worldwide, especially here in the United States of America. We need the medicine of Ominala. And the medicine is right here. Physically, in the material world. In the celestial world and realm, Anyanwu. We need Anyanwu. 2020 vision moving forward. It's a must. Let me give you a brief breakdown of Anyanwu and why I wanted to make this very important. Because a lot of you can't see what 2020 represents. So I'm going to make the connection for you. And I'm not trying to use ancient Egypt, because a lot of people are stuck on ancient Egypt when Igbo people, Needy Igbo means ancient people. So I'm going to use the science of my ancestors, where I know my ancestors came from, which is West Africa, and the ancient people of Igbo land, and the ancient science of Ominala. Amongst Needy Igbo, the sun was revered to as Anyanwu. This is a combination of two words. Pay attention. This is a combination of two words. The first word, Anya. Say Anya. The first word, Anya, means I. Let me say that again. This is a combination of two different words. The first word, meaning Anya, means I. The second word is Anwu. Anwu. Anwu means light. Let me say that again. The second word in this phrase is Anwu. Anwu means light. So put those two words together. You have Anyanwu. Anyanwu. Anyanwu means eye of the light. Your vision. Your inner God. Your inner sustainer. Your consciousness. Along with most of y'all would call Chi or Ori or Ra or Heru. And I'm just using the three most known civilizations that uses this in their traditional spiritual sciences, which is of the Igbo people and Yoruba people and the ancient Egyptian people. Some people call it the Chi, some people call it the Ori, some people call it Ra. But at the same time, these are combinations, because we know all things are connected when it comes to the material realm and the physical realm. The material realm and the spiritual realm. Nothing is separated. The material realm and the spiritual realm is an ecosystem. One, you can't get one without the other. Duality, polarity, opposites, dialectics. You can't get one without the other. So when we're talking about our chi, our third eye, the inner God, we're also talking about Anyanwu, because you can't get Anyanwu without your chi. They're all your consciousness. They're all the God manifesting through the ancient black people, the ancient African people. Whether you're on the continent of Africa or you're on the North American continent, we are the ancient people. So we must take our ancient sciences and use our ancient sciences in the modern day realm. Because that's why we are in so much chaotic chaos, deaf, dumb, and blind, genocide, murder, because we have left our traditional sciences. We have left our traditional medicine, which is our traditional spiritual healing systems. Ominala is a communal system that takes care of a village, a community, a people, a culture. Period. 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 Ominala. And our sacred, traditional, spiritual systems is our medicine. African people are natural healers. We are natural traditionalists. But where we need this medicine the most is mental. It's mental. We need mental health advocates, mental health workers, mental health traditionalists, revolutionary medicine men to heal our people and to protect our people when we're going through these traumas, mental diseases, and genocide from violence, people. And economic poverty. I almost left that out. Economic poverty causes these mental diseases also. Trauma. Because economic poverty creates the conditions for the chaos, the internal conflicts, the sickness of being desperate, being enslaved, being poor mentally, economically, physically, spiritually. Everything is connected dialectically, period. You can't get one without the other. Like in our ancient traditions, the spiritual world is amongst the material world, aka physical world. There's no separation. If African people in North America had these traditions, a lot of us would not be sick mentally to go out and do these heinous things to your brothers and sisters every day by killing your brother, showing envy to your brothers and sisters, jealousy to your brothers and sisters. We would be taking care of each other more and thinking about the generations coming behind us, because the most important thing is the generations that's coming behind us, the youth who are being traumatized by our Holocaust, our genocide. They're being traumatized daily because they're living in oppression. They're being raised in oppression every day. They're being raised in oppression every day. This is the most important thing you got to understand, African people. You are an ancestor in training. You are an ancestor in training because one day you will become an ancestor. So you must be the example now. You must be the example now for your nation, your people, your community, your village. Now, you're an ancestor in training. So your number one duty is to heal your community now. Because this decade right here has shown the example of how sick we are. The 2010s is one of the most sickest eras and decades in the history of our struggle as black people, no matter where we live at. Especially for my people here in North America and here in my community here in Richmond, Virginia. This is one of the sickest decades I've ever seen my people go through. This is some of the toughest struggles, economic, politically, socially, spiritually, that I've seen my people go through here in the 2010s. We cannot carry this into 2020. We must refresh ourselves and start over and to come with better strategies, better community organizing, and most important, traditional healing solutions for our genocide and the trauma we see every day outside our doors, man, and that we're constantly experiencing every day. 2020 is about nationalism, like I said on my other live. We are nationalistic people, by nature. So this is the most important time and period in the lives of African people, no matter where you at, is right now. This is the most important time now. The symbolism is there. The spiritual symbolism is there. The physical symbolism is there. 2020 vision and beyond. Anyanwu, Heru is now. We have to have a radical, revolutionized change in this society now. We must bring in to existence a new society for African people, new African people, no matter where we at on this planet. A new society has to be birthed. The correct society has to be birthed for freedom-loving African people. The time is now. We have to bring in the society that we know is the correct society for African people and all oppressed people, no matter where they be in this world. We must bring into existence a new society, revolution. And it has to be nationalistic, because we're nationalistic by nature, meaning we must control our resources. We must push the emphasis of industrialization on every people that's struggling for freedom. The only solution to all our problems is nationalism, is nationhood, is independence. But we must do all these things within our households first, because the revolution starts in the household first. The revolution starts in the community. The revolution starts in the village first. The revolution starts in the village first. Our communities are villages. We must start conducting and organizing and coordinating ourselves as freedom-fighting people and conducting and coordinating ourselves in the examples that we want our nation to be and what our community to be. Productive black men, women, and children. Period. And we must destroy the disease of self-hate. We must destroy the disease of jealousy and envy and hate. A lot of reasons why we can't push forward is because of those things I just mentioned. The hate, the jealousy, the envy, the not being together, period. We're just not together. When we're all going through the same oppression, people, is what I'm saying. Anyanwu, the sun is a symbol of both physical and spiritual awakening. What did I just tell you? Didn't I just state that? 2020 vision. Everything is dialectic. There's no separation between the physical and spiritual world. This is what Anyanwu represents. Anyanwu represents the physical, spiritual awakening, the light to bring African people out the darkness. To bring new African people out the darkness. To bring Biafran people out the darkness. In most societies, people sleep cycles closely followed that of Anyanwu. They will wake up around the time of Anyanwu's rise and go to sleep soon after the Anyanwu sunset. Many plants, animals also follow the trend as agriculturalists. I have been taught that the best way to save a seed is to keep them dry and in the dark. And they will germinate, awaken, if exposed to moisture. And Anyanwu, let me say that again, that is powerful. That is powerful. Many plants, animals, and humans also follow the trend as agriculturalists. We are agricultural people. Agriculturalists have been taught that the best way to save a seed, the seed is African people. The seed is new African people. The seed is black people. The seed is Biafran people. The seed is new African people. The best way to save the seed, the generations that's coming behind us, 2020 vision, is to keep them dry and in the dark as they will germinate, awaken, if exposed to moisture and Anyanwu. When spiritual awakening occurs, it usually referred to as enlightenment. This is where the word enlightenment comes from. Enlightenment comes out the word Anyanwu. Because what is the second word in Anyanwu? Light. If one has a good eye, they will notice that many of the holy men and women throughout history are quite often portrayed with a sun disk, behind their head. Even their titles, their epithets, reveal as much. The Buddha, for example, name literally means the awakening one. Let me say that again. When spiritual awakening occurs, when you are spiritually awakened with permission from Chukwu and through the scientific methods that's manifesting through you, Anyanwu, Allah, Earth, Sun, it usually referred as enlightenment. If one has a good eye, your chi. If one has a good eye, your chi. They will notice that many of the holy men and women throughout history are quite often portrayed with a sun disk, Anyanwu, the sun disk, behind their heads. Even their titles and epithets reveal as much. The Buddha, for example, which is an African offspring, the Buddha. For example, name literally means the awakened one. Literally means the awakened one. It is no coincidence that Allah Igbo land was referred to the land of the rising sun. This is where Igbo land gets the title, the rising sun, the land of the rising sun from its sustainer, Anyanwu. The land of the rising sun, the land of enlightenment, the ancient land of light, Igbo land, the ancient land of light, the ancient land of healing, the ancient land of medicine, Allah Igbo land, the land of Anyanwu. Many of the most enlightening spiritual teachings across Africa have been found in Southeast Allah Igbo land. Let me state that again. Let me say that one more time so you can feel me, so you can understand what I'm talking about here. It is no coincidence that Allah Igbo land was referred to as the land of the rising sun. Many of the most enlightening spiritual teachings, listen to what I'm saying, some of the most enlightened spiritual teachings and examples have been found in a land known as Allah Igbo land. One place in particular was so highly developed that people consider it to be one of the major cultural epicenters of modern Igbo civilization. This place was known as Agwukwu Niri. Agwukwu Niri. Ancient Niri. If you haven't did your research on ancient Niri, I suggest you do yourself a justice and research the ancient kingdom and ancient land of Niri, the land of our ancestors. In ancient Niri, the people believed that the sun was the dwelling place of Anyanwu, the god of light, and Agbala, the Holy Spirit. Let me state that again. The ancient Niri people believed that the sun was the dwelling place. Your mind is the dwelling place. Pay attention. Niri people believed that the sun was the dwelling place, your mind, of Anyanwu, the god of light, Agbala, the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is in your mind. It's within your third eye. It's in your chi. Your chi is your third eye. They believe Agbala, the Holy Spirit, to be the collective spirit of holy beings, human and non-human. Let me say that again, because a lot of people like to separate human beings from their creator, from the Holy Spirit, from Agbala. Listen closely. The ancient people of Niri believe Agbala collectively, hold on, let me say it again. The ancient people of Niri believe Agbala to be the collective spirit of holy beings, human and non-humans. This is ancient science for 2020, the 2020 vision. This is ancient science. The Agbala, the Holy Spirit, was a perfect agent of Chi Uku. What did I just tell you about your chi? The Holy Spirit was the perfect agent of Chi Ukwu, or Chinike, the big God or the creator God. The Akbala chose its human and non-human agents only by their merit. It knew no politics. It transcended religion and culture. Let me state that again because y'all African people really need to learn that, boy. I tell you. The Holy Spirit, aka the Akbala, chose its human and non-human agents only by their merit. It knew no politics. It knew no religion. Key those two things in your mind, people. Because a lot of people, I don't want to see going into 2020 vision. I don't want to see people using religion and politics as a crutch because it's a handicap. Religion and politics handicap African people, man. It handicaps African people so much to the point that they can't even face the material realm. They can't understand the material struggle that is being displayed throughout the world every day. Is between humans. It's a human problem. It's a human issue. It's a human sickness. We don't need, and religion and politics is a strategy being used by your historical enemies to keep what I said earlier in this live, the chaos, the division, the confusion from you obtaining your true freedom and your liberation, African black people globally. Chaos, confusion, trauma, genocide, violence keeps you from obtaining your true liberation. Not religion, not politics. Even though politics play a role in your struggle, in your liberation, but don't get out focused with politics. Always keep your traditionalist ways in command. Keep your traditionalist ways in command. We're ancient people. Keep your traditional politics in command. Y'all got me. I'm loving this. I'm loving this live today. I'm loving this today. Let's go ahead and run through this again. The Holy Spirit, the Akbala, chose its human and non-human agents only by their merit. It knew no politics. It transcended religion and culture, and of course, gender. It worked with the humble and truthful. They believe Anyanwu, the light, to be the symbol of human perfection that all must seek. This is your spiritual development, your social development. Your highest obtainment is to seek the light. Anyanwu, the light within you, the light within your total mental capacity. Anyanwu was perfection, and Akbala was entrusted to lead us there. Let me say that again. Anyanwu was perfection. Akbala, the Holy Spirit within you, was entrusted to lead you there. This is ancient Igbo science. This is ancient African science telling you this is no religion. I'm not preaching no religion. This is why I'm always telling y'all, my religion is truth. My religion is truth. My spirituality is liberation. Understand that. I don't have no religious denomination. My truth is my religion. Liberation is my spirituality. It just stated that in the Igbo science, the African science, right there. Anyanwu, the light, was perfection. Akbala was entrusted to lead us there. Your Holy Spirit, your Chi, was entrusted before you came into existence to lead you there to your highest social, spiritual, physical, material development. Your higher self. Your higher self. This is no religion I'm kicking to you. This is tradition I'm kicking to you. This is culture I'm kicking it to you. This is village culture, village tradition, communal tradition, socialism tradition in the community. And before I close out, the most important part, 2020 and beyond. Anyanwu bestows many gifts to people. You have gifts, people. You come into this world with a purpose and destiny. You have a purpose and destiny granted to you before you're even created. Inside your mama's womb. or your father's fertilization of bringing you into existence. You already have a purpose. You already have a gift. It's up to you to reach within that Akbala, the Holy Spirit, and your chi to find it. Anyanwu bestows many gifts to the people. One gift is sight. 2020 is about sight. 2020 is about leading our people in the right direction. 2020 is about using that sight to lead our people out of ignorance, to lead our people from negativity, to lead our people from disease, drugs, self-hate, anything you can name that's counterproductive of us being a productive people. This is what you're gifted with. Sight. Anyanwu. When the sun is out, things that were once in the darkness are brought to light. This is meant both in the physical as well as metaphysical sense. Darkness is often used to symbolize something that is hidden or unknown, while light in this sense represents something that has been revealed. Let me play that dialectical science back to you one more time. When Anyanwu is out, things that were once in the darkness are brought to the light. This is meant both in a physical as well as a metaphysical sense. Darkness is often used to symbolize something that is hidden, the X, the unknown. One of the reasons why Malcolm X used X behind his name is the unknown, because Malcolm X didn't know his blood lineage. He didn't want to carry on the white man's name no longer. So he chose to go back to his ancient science of his ancestors, to the unknown. Because Malcolm X is one of the, how can I put it, one of the main models of and agents of Akbala, Holy Spirit. Malcolm X is one of the highest developed symbolism and role models of Akbala, the Holy Spirit. Malcolm X. Darkness is often used to symbolize something that is hidden or unknown, while light, in this sense, represents something that has been revealed. Anyanwu 2020 will reveal to you what you're looking for. 2020 will reveal a lot of things. This decade will reveal a lot of things about new African people, for Biafran people, for African people. 2020 and beyond will reveal a lot of things. And all we can do is make sure those things are productive, socially, politically, economically, to lead our people to the freedom land, nationhood, nationalism. Returning back to the previous example of Anyanwu, manifested as the eye, it should be clear by now that the eye that is being symbolized is your own. What did I just tell you? You have your Anyanwu is you. You are Anyanwu. Your chi is your vision too. It represents your enlightenment, your sight, your vision. This is reiterated by the usage of the hawk that represents Ra. Anyanwu, Heru, the hawk, the falcon, the all-seeing. This is why we use the word overstand instead of understand. We can't understand things. Why would we be under something? If you're under something, then you can't see. But if I'm over something, I can see the whole material world. I can see the whole material reality of self, the supreme energy life force. So I must understand it. When I'm learning something, I must understand it. When I'm trying to heal something, when I'm trying to heal the community, when I'm trying to heal the people, when I'm trying to lead the people, when I'm trying to organize the people, I have to be able to understand the people. Feel me? You have to understand the people. You can't understand anything because understand means to demean. Understand means to be beneath. I can't be under anything when I'm fighting to rise up like the phoenix, rise up like the hawk, the eagle, the falcon, which all represent sight, 2020 vision and beyond. Listen closely before I close out. This is the most important thing, y'all. I ain't gonna keep y'all because I know this New Year's Eve. Everybody want to celebrate with their family. Listen closely. One's eyes are the first oracle. The oracle is one of the most sacred, ancient sciences of traditional Ominala and traditional African spiritual systems. The oracle. The oracle is what we seek out for answers. This is why divination is so important to your life, 2020 and beyond. And let me tell you right now, you can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Jew, but listen to what Haki is telling you right now. That doesn't mean you have to cast aside your indigenous traditions. We all need answers. The oracle has the answers. You can go get a reading. Implement readings into your life and into your kids' life for their mental health and their trauma in their lives. Take them to get readings from traditional spiritualists, no matter what the spiritualist is. Get you a reading. One's eyes are the first oracle. For this reason, he said he was unable to consult Alpha, divination apparatus. If he were outside as Agwu, the Igbo spirit of divination would be working primarily through the eyes. Listen to what it's telling you. The first oracle is your eyes. Anyanwu, the light, enlightenment, and waking. If he were outside Agwu, the Igbo spirit of divination would be working primarily through the eyes. In fact, in his book, After God is Dibia, Volume 1, legendary Dibia, John Ume, proclaims that as Ose Obala, Agwu is the god of light. Anyanwu, whose eye is the sun, as the god of light, Agwu is integral part of Ose Ora, Uche Chukwu, the universal consciousness of God, which is the completeness, awareness of what was, what is, and what will be, 2020 beyond. Let me bring that back one more time if that went over your head. If we were outside as Agwu, the Igbo spirit of divination would be working primarily through his eyes. In fact, his book, After God is Dibia, Volume 1, legendary Dibia, John Ume, proclaims that as Ose Obala, Agwu is the god of light, Anyanwu, whose eye is the sun. As the god of light, Agwu is integral part of Ose Ora, Uche Chukwu, the universal consciousness of God, which is what? The complete awareness of what was, what is, and what will be. God of light, whose bias or divine light disperses and or extinguishes danger, evil, darkness. Ise. 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 Let me say that last part one more time before y'all get off here. As the god of light, Agwu is an integral part of Use, Ora, Uche Chukwu, the universal consciousness of God, which is the completeness, awareness of what was, what is, what will be. God of light, whose bias or divine light disperses and or extinguishes danger, evil, or darkness. If you wish to gain access to the infinite wisdom, joy, and love of Anyanwu, you can start by greeting every morning as our ancestors used to do. If you decide to do so, ask yourself, are you ready to be awakened? Let me say that last part one more time. If you wish to gain access to the infinite wisdom, joy, love of Anyanwu, you can start by greeting every morning as our ancestors used to do. Meaning, every morning, greet Anyanwu. This is the first process of obtaining that vision, that awakening, that sight for this new decade coming forward now. The next 10 years, start greeting as our ancient ancestors used to always do when they wake up. Greet Anyanwu, greet the light, greet what's within you. The oldest traditional spiritual science on earth, Omunala, Voodoo, all these ancient spiritual systems. And then ask yourself, are you ready to be awakened? So we can start to heal the black family. So we can start to heal these villages, these communal, social, economic formations, these communities, people. No matter where you are, if you live in the United States, you live in Canada, Russia, Australia, the Caribbean islands, South America, Biafra land, Europe, Eurasia, Middle East, African people, ancient people, 2020 and beyond, look for that site. Start to be the example, the model of, and the agent of healing, and the agent of Akbala, your Holy Spirit that's within you. Your chi, man. Pay attention to your chi going into this next 10 years, man. It will help you get everything you need to get accomplished. It will help you be a better agent and for change for your nation, your community. As a liberated ancient people, an ancient, modernized, technological people that we are now. New Africans, Biafrans. So I'm going to sign off on that note, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. Everybody have a happy new year, man. Be prepared for this new 2020 vision that you about to receive, and receive it with all the love, joy, and happiness that you're going to manifest in these next 10 years, man. And for your nation and for your communities, man. Let's start this healing process now, man. And free Matulu Shakur. Free all new African political prisoners and prisoners of war. Free them all. Free the people. Free the mind. And most important, free the land, man. Ike Chukwu out, man. Ise.